You are left feeling broken, shattered inside out, and a shell of your former self when a narcissist discards you. Discard happens when they replace you with somebody new. They dump you like an old piece of furniture, and now they have got a brand new object to use. Discard makes you feel worthless, useless, and unlovable, like you're boring and they don't want to do anything with you anymore. But what if there were some signs to know the narcissist discard is on its way? What if there were some ways to prepare yourself for the narcissist's next move, if not prevent it from happening? We are going to talk about all of that and find it out in today's episode. I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional, your host. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, we are going to discover 5 signs a narcissist discard is on its way. You're about to get discarded by them. If that sounds interesting and you're eager to learn more and find out what these signs are, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, because your subscription helps in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. Sign number 1. They start mirroring their new source of supply. All of a sudden, they have new hobbies, new interests, new likes and dislikes. They change the way they dress. They change the way they talk and carry themselves around. It's like you're dealing with an entirely new person, a person that you don't recognize or know. Well, that is a telling sign of narcissism, isn't it? They do not have a true personality. They take on the personality of the person they target. Why? To create that mirroring effect and give their source of supply a sense of familiarity, that you are home, that you are with somebody who is like you. So what does that do? That shuts off the critical factor and induces a fake rapport and makes you trust them very easily. When they met you, they did the same, didn't they? They changed themselves according to your wishes. They asked you many open-ended questions and listened and absorbed that information. And then later you noticed they are talking the way you talk. They are wearing the clothes that you wear, or the color is the same, the choice is the same, the texture is the same, something is going on. They steal your hobbies, your ideas, your personality, your likes and dislikes. They become you. They replicate everything you have, and that's why I say they are thieves. They are stealers with no shame whatsoever. Now that you have been already replaced and they are targeting the new one, they are becoming them, which makes you feel like you are an outsider or that you do not matter anymore. Sign number 2, and the most obvious one, they stop putting in the efforts to keep you intertwined, to keep you involved. They are not trying to gaslight you anymore. They're not manipulating you. Yes, they're constantly saying it's your fault or that they have left because of you and so on, but they are not making any efforts to re-idealize you, to love bomb you, to breadcrumb you. There is no push and pull. It's constant push away. It's constant discard. You feel devalued, and that is the state that you stay in. They're not making excuses for their behavior. They're openly involving themselves in the new relationship. They're cheating right in front of you. They are sleeping maybe in a different room, on the couch, somewhere else, but they don't want to be around you at all. You see them talking and chatting with this person and you can't stop them at all. The monster comes fully to the surface and you see those horns, you see those reptilian eyes, you see that callous nature, you see that cold demeanor, and you get to experience the dissociation, the disconnection. You are made to feel like you are a stranger in their life who probably is living under the same roof and who is in a relationship with them, but you're not actually in a relationship. You're already divorced, at least emotionally. You're already separated. You're already disconnected. Now it has to happen on papers. It has to happen legally or technically. They're out, and it's like you are dead for them, because that is how they treat you. Sign number 3. When you question these behaviors, the changed nature, they rage. They rage and say, this is who I am now. If you can't deal with it, you can leave, trying to cause reverse discard, which is like pushing you so much that you will see no other option except leaving them. And then they will get to blame it on you. Oh, she left me. I didn't cause this. He abandoned his family. I was always there. I wanted to put in the efforts to make it work. But he was not truly invested. He had other priorities. He had other things going on. She was invested in somebody else. She cheated on me. So she left us alone and I am the victim. She was the crazy ex. He is the abuser. He is the one who destroyed her family. These are the things they say. They're crankier and messier than ever. They don't put on a mask of that niceness and they don't want to, soothe you a little bit or breadcrumb you a little bit. No, they don't care anymore. They are mean as hell to you 24/7. Even if you're not doing anything to them, they'll still pass on comments. They'll still give you weird looks, like they stare at you constantly. And this is also a major sign of discard, or that they're done with you. They look at you and you don't understand what that look is about. It looks really demonic. But they're constantly staring and staring as if they want to do something bad to you, which is the reality. They want to destroy you, but they can't. And they, of course, try to do so in different ways. And that is what it is all about. They rage and they're quick to get angry, and they do not show any respect or regard towards you or the situation or your children. Sign number 4, they deliberately start arguments, bring up stuff that you have already resolved with them or they haven't talked about a lot lately. Why? To stir chaos. They want to argue with you. And for what reason? To have an excuse to leave the house and spend time with their new partner. They want to be around their new supply, because the more they are with them, the more time they get to put them in a trance, fool them into thinking that they're the perfect partner, the same thing they did with you. The more time they get to cry wolf and say, oh, my ex is crazy, see, I can't be at home even at night because she always fights, he's always abusing us, and there is so much chaos. You are my only refuge, you are my safe haven, and I want to be with you. Once they leave after fighting with you, they don't come back for a few weeks, because it's the time they need to cool down and they need to think, and they want clarity, they want a break from you. They make it seem like you are a monster. This is how they demonize you. This is how they become the victim of their circumstances, and they're trapped. They want an escape. Who is the escape? The new supply. And some people are convinced during this phase that, yeah, they must be doing something so horrible that the narcissist can't even stay in the house they used to live in 24/7. Now they can't. It's gotten so bad that they just have to leave. And I am the monster. I must be doing this. How horrible I am as a human being. I don't deserve to live, and so on. These are the thoughts that come across a survivor's mind. This whole thing becomes extremely difficult to deal with, particularly when you have children with them and when there is a co-parenting battle coming for you, because they know that after discarding you, they're not going to fully leave you alone. They will make sure to keep abusing you, which is the reason why I have created an upgraded version of Master Co-Parenting with a Narcissist program, which will help you learn how to defeat a narcissist at their own game by regulating your inner systems, by fighting them at an internal front as well as an external front, and how to protect yourself and your children from their further abuse. If you want to enroll right now, click the I button above or the link in the description of this episode. The final sign, well, it's not a sign, it is the end of this entire process. They kick you out of their life, sometimes physically, other times more so emotionally, like a piece of furniture that's old and cannot be used anymore, that makes different forms and kinds of sounds and now needs to be discarded. That's what they do. They throw you out. They leave you outside. They don't want to do anything with you. They don't talk to you. Yes, they fight you fiercely in the court, but they don't want to do anything with you directly. They try to manipulate your children and they try to convince them you are the crazy one, which is parental alienation. They try their level best to tell as many people as possible that you are the person responsible for the failure of this marriage or this relationship, and that is how it goes. There is no closure whatsoever. There are no answers to the questions that you have. You may go back and try to ask the same questions again and again. Why are you doing this to me? If you are still trauma bonded and confused and the discard has happened, you might still be shocked. How could this person that I loved so deeply do this to me? Why? You were my husband. You were my wife that I met during my high school years. We were really young. Who have you become? What about all the promises? Unfortunately, you're the only person thinking about those things. They don't care. They can't be bothered. They can't be moved in any way. It's like a rock. There is no emotional self within. What will you try to awaken? What will you try to revive? There is no bringing life back to this dead relationship. The only thing that you can do pre-discard and post-discard is prepare yourself. If you resonate with any of these signs and if you see it's happening, prepare for the worst. Prepare to be discarded. And let me know in the comments which one of these signs do you see happening in your relationship currently. And post-discard, do not take it personally. Do not make it about yourself and say, oh, I did this to myself and I must have been a horrible human being. Of course not. See things for what they are and what they have been. At least try to do so, because that will help you gain some clarity and be at peace. That was it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your presence. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.